welcome back to Panda Reacts. I'm Sandra and this is Ken.
Hi.
And Panda. We're back with Outlander, Season 6, Episode 3. It's been a while, so I had to refresh myself on Episodes 1 and 2 just to remember what went on. Because I'm currently reading the White Book, Breath of Snow and Ashes, and just like everyone said, the last season, Season 5, it took from that book as well as the previous book. So I'm getting into storylines that we've already seen mixed with storylines that we haven't seen yet. So it's kind of confusing as to where they've chosen to pick from and how they're playing it out, because of course it is different from the book in the way that they have set up some of the different stages. Like Tom Christie, I don't know. In the book, he's not the way he is at this point. But anyway, so a couple major things happened at the end of last episode. Well, Tom Christie's hand's going to get operated on because he finally decided that it would. Marcelly had a baby, and it is a little person. And Fergus got talked to by Roger over his stupid
drunk jerk.
Yeah, being a drunk jerk. Don't know if that'll change because he did walk out at the end of when he figured out that it was a little person baby. Claire has PTSD and is gassing herself in order to deal with her bad thoughts that she's having while she's working on anesthetic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, anesthetic, but she's doing it on herself. Yeah. Anyway, and Tom Christie's daughter is trying to learn from Claire. That's not going to go well. Wasn't it last episode the reason he chose to get his hand fixed because he couldn't smack her with a belt?
Yeah. And
she laughed in his face. There's a little bit of interesting stuff going on with that chick. So, just checking that my YouTube channel, Mystify, 1 month ago asked, what happened to your Outlander reactions? Will you continue with them? Yes. What happened was I was doing too many shows at the same time, and I wasn't doing any of them justice. So I decided to sit back, take one show at a time. So we finished Obi-Wan, then Last Kingdom, and now we're going to complete Outlander. So these videos should come out quite regularly until we are done episode 6. So that is what's going on, but hopefully you stayed around and we'll get to watch this one. Alright, let's start the show. Whee! Oh my god. Go Roger, protect that baby.
Touch him, sir. You'll burn yourself. Yeah.
They wanted to see if he'd float.
If he did, that must mean he's the devil's seed. Man, Dad says so.
He floated because he was in a basket. You trouble him again, and Satan will pop up and drag you straight down screaming to hell.
My God.
Germaine!
Can you believe this? You think your brother is a demon?
I thought baby was wrong.
Oh, you know better than that.
Well, that is not cool, kid.
I'll talk to them.
Oh my God. What are you gonna do right now?
I'll prepare the surgery and the ether.
Never mind, bye.
I have agreed to the operation, but I will not allow you to employ your potions upon me.
Well, why not?
'Tis the devil's work to use such.
I thought just Highlanders were stubborn as rocks. God wants him to have the surgery, but the masochist is refusing the ether.
Masochist?
Yeah.
Well, it's a word for
people who put themselves through pain.
people who prefer to suffer pain.
It's gonna
Tell
hurt,
you from
yo.
experience, it does hurt a great deal.
Wouldn't it be so that if ether was available, therefore God made ether available, if anyone believes that? So then what?
Don't be practical. Don't point out the obvious contradictions in the logic of a religious person.
Stay with Aiden.
Well, Roger just on a saving spree today. This hero Roger.
Mistress McCallum.
Oh, thank you, dear Lord, you sent the minister.
What?
Well, if it's not devil, let's get into it. It's something else. It's
What?
haunted, sir. I'm sharing it.
It's not milk? What the
Is
heck
it
is
just
it
Is it
then?
just gone off?
Maybe.
It's a cat.
Something in there. Is it Adso? Did Adso get in the milk?
It's just a wee bullfrog.
Oh, it's Toad!
Well, not exactly wee, but he's friendly.
No!
Hey, no more fighting, or no more room until tomorrow. Yes? Good boy.
No more room. That's his car that doesn't exist.
Why do you call them vrooms?
Dump that down the pipe.
Just taking whiskey.
Yep.
Here,
It's not gonna
you
work.
might want to bite down on this for the pain.
Yeah, you're gonna break all your teeth.
I'd rather say my prayers.
Really? Okay.
Hold still now.
Jamie, the butler. You may experience some nausea, Mr. Christie, and if you do, you can vomit there. Till I
Stubborn.
stop. My mother was not so spiritually inclined.
What do you mean?
She was hanged as a witch.
What?
There's a choice. Touch the bairn or the poker.
Oh,
Go on, make your choice.
touch the baby with a poker.
You first. How can you want to?
Better not be drinking, Fergus, or the smack will come for you.
He's loaded.
You think so?
Yep.
I killed him.
No.
What did you say?
I said I killed him.
He threatened all of us. He said he'd burn the house down over our heads.
Yeah.
I hope that's quenched it. Now, leave!
Yeah, get out.
I said leave!
And of this house!
Oh, well, then you can come back when you're acting like one.
Yeah. Get out. You drunk.
You promised me, Fergus Fraser,
You lie.
and I will have a whole man. Or none at all.
I do not think you are a witch.
Good.
No, you don't. So don't you believe in witches? There are witches in the Bible, you know.
I did not say that I do not believe in witches. I do. I said I don't think you are one.
Oh, that's.
I'm very
that's...
pleased to hear that.
Woo! At least that's one thing off my plate. Yeah.
Is that why today, his presence here, does he think I'm one of his men? Because I assure you, I'm not.
I'm sure he doesn't.
He doesn't think that.
I'm sure it was simply an act of kindness. And he would do the same for any stranger. As you would yourself, wouldn't you?
No. Because I preach it, but I don't live it. A judge. The judging part is his favorite.
Yep.
Not the compassion pieces.
Yeah,
just the
just
judging.
judging part, yeah.
That's the best part, apparently. And the St.
Good night,
Paul
Mr. Christie.
I don't like
women
women
bashing.
When the prison was closed, Tom was transported to the colonies to serve his indenture.
Malva. She would be 18, wouldn't she? Wouldn't Tom have still been at Oddsmill when she was conceived?
Maybe he remarried when he arrived in the colonies.
No.
Cover your eyes, Panda, cover your eyes.
I don't know how he's
Do they
gonna-
mean something?
But I've done much that I'm proud of.
Cover your eyes, Panda.
What is she up to? Close call, close call.
Close call.
You kiss her, Tom Christie's
Awake
gonna
now?
hang you, man.
meant to say that Richard Brown came by our settlement this morning. He offered us the protection of his committee of safety should we have the need of it.
I hope you refused him. That man is... he's not to be trusted.
Brother Alan will leave home too, I suppose. Maybe go down the coast. Ben's not a farmer at heart, is he?
No, he's not. He grew up in Edinburgh.
You have the same mother, your brother and you.
Of course.
Born in Scotland or here.
Am I such a curiosity to you, sir?
You sure you didn't need any help, Miss Speaks? Kezzy and I could pass some of that ale round.
Aye. I thought every cup I give you would go straight down your own 2 gullets. I'm no fool, Josiah Beardsley.
You keep watch then. Make sure no one steals a sip uninvited.
If you want to be helpful, go and fetch me another barrel of ale.
What are you gonna do with your drunken self? He's gonna talk to him. He's gonna yell at
Whatever you want to say to me, you might as well say it.
You tell us if you can bear to look at me yourself.
Fergus!
She shouldn't have said what she did about the bear.
I saw him throw whiskey in her face.
Oh, surely it's a curse from God for a child to look that way.
How dare you?
Drink is the devil's juice. Isn't that what you always say, Mr. Christie? Well, the lad's father's barely seen without a cup.
The Frasers have opened their doors to us. We will respect them in the eyes of the Lord. Petty.
Christy turning a corner here?
Mr. McGregor.
You never know what you'll be willing to do until...
Mark's gonna kill himself.
No!
Fergus!
No, my lord. Let me be.
No. You're gonna end up stabbing Jamie. Come on, Fergus. This is your lowest point, man.
You will.
Up you go. Oh Lord, what's this about? What do you want?
Major MacDonald. Mr. Fraser. Mistress Fraser, I come bearing gifts. Letter requesting guns was well received.
Oh, good. Okay, for the Aboriginal people.
The Boston Tea Party.
So you've heard. An inconvenience? Certainly. I imagine the King will view it as an act of outright aggression.
What does it mean, Sassenach?
It's starting.
Yep. It
Storming
begins.
the war. It's almost here.
Yeah, he's already been through a war too. Like seriously, another one. So, yeah. So the parts we kind of didn't show at the beginning were, of course, the boys thought that Christiane, the new baby, was a devil basically because it's a dwarf baby, and Mosesed it down the river to see if it would die or not, or whatever. If it floated, it was a devil, but it was in a basket, so it's gonna float, duh. And Roger was like, it's not a basket!
Archimedes knew that.
So Roger
Barbarians
jumped in and saved the baby, and then the boys were taught a lesson by Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
They could either touch the baby or the hot poker that he just put in the fire.
Yeah.
They'll touch the baby and realize it's not the devil. But unfortunately, there's some people on the ridge who still think that. And Fergus, who did not quit drinking, he promised Marcelly, he totally lied. He was drinking, she kicked him out. So at the little get-together, the gathering where they pay their taxes and whatnot to the land, Fergus got in a fight with some people who said that he shouldn't be able to look at his baby.
This dwarf is grotesque.
Yeah, his baby's grotesque. That baby is cute. I love that baby. So yeah, he threw his booze in the lady's face and punched the dude. So that was pretty cool. And Lizzie stuck up for him because she had listened to the conversation, so she was there. So that was good. Roger was kind of the hero this episode, saved the baby, and then heard his lady friend that he helped out.
Yeah, the maiden one there.
She was screaming because there was a toad in her milk, but she thought it was something else. And she freaked out, and he took it out. So that was good. So Roger's kind of the reverend of the town, since he grew up that way, being raised by a reverend. I think he just knows how to do it, and he knows all the stories and stuff. So, but the question is, how is Mr. Christie changing his tune? He didn't back up those people when they called the baby like ugly and stuff like that, and an abomination. They went and said, "Right, Christie," and he looked away. He didn't even acknowledge them.
No, he actually defended the Frasers and said that they would respect them.
Yeah, we're on their land and we need to respect them. He had kind of so he came in, didn't take the ether, got his hand done, and through the mending of the hand kind of bonded with Claire a bit.
I think he's got a thing for her.
I think he might have a thing for her, but I think she reminds him of his wife.
Yeah, he's kind of like, he's a lonely man, and he's taking it out on his daughter with his...
Is that his daughter is the question right now, because...
Yeah, I think he's got something... There's something about her that makes him feel guilty, and he takes it out on her.
Yeah, so she let slip to Ian, because there was a thing between Melva and Ian in this episode where he walked her home, and she was kind of hanging out with them, and they were asking each other questions and kind of getting to know each other. Mm-hmm. And Melva did say, well, my mom was hanged, she was a witch. And he was like, what the what? What? She was a witch? So, yeah. And the question is, was she a witch, or did she become pregnant with another man's child? And this was how it was dealt with. Yep. Because Christie was apparently, they were doing some math.
Well, look at where he was at the time.
It was in Ardsmuir.
Right.
When she was supposedly conceived, according to Claire and Jamie. So Jamie was trying to get some stuff out of Melva when she was mushroom picking, and he ran into her in the forest, and he was all like, so, tell me about, do I have to say moms? What are you asking, Mr. Fraser? Never mind, la la la, real subtle there, Jamie, yeah. So he didn't get much out of that, but that obviously plays into why the mother, something to do with Christie's reason he hits her so much, as well as the mom. He's always telling her not to be like her mom. I think her dad might be a different dad.
I think so.
She may not know that.
Yeah, I think, he's always cool with Paul, too, so that's never good.
Yeah, Claire's thrilled with the Paul again. Because, he said, why didn't you, cover your hair?
Yeah. I
think that's very Puritan. Isn't that a Puritan thing?
Yeah,
the Quakers and stuff cover their hair? I don't know, because... Yeah, so... At the time, I guess that was the thing. But that's also more of a 1600s thing. Because if you think about, plays like The Crucible, the head dress for the time was, the white little bonnety thing to keep you all together. And that kind of phased out, because in the 1700s, more fashion took place, and it was less, this little cap and more hats and fancy dresses and stuff. So
kinds of really reactionary religious beliefs here.
Yeah, so seriously, they're kind of they're uber Christian, as I would call them. So Christie was also talking about how he had not read stories, but his wife had, and he'd gotten rid of all her books, and she was not happy.
She sounds
normal.
Literate.
And then something happened to her. I don't think he seems mad at her, but at the same time he seems like he misses her.
Yep.
So what's the deal with all that? Did he follow along with something and now he feels like he never should have? So there's some kind of weird thing with him and Claire where he's kind of being nice. Now, when will that flip back? Will it be when he doesn't like that Melva's hanging with Ian and then decides they're all heathens again and just flips on a dime?
Well, he never denied, the Brown approach.
Yeah, he's, oh god, yeah. So he did say that the Brown posse had asked if they could protect the land, and Claire was like, don't trust them. Like, seriously.
Yeah, that's a protection racket, man.
Yeah, that's a mob. That's what it is. It's the beginning of a mob.
Nice farm you got here. Shame if something happened to it.
The Godfather. So, anyway, the other big story, of course, was Fergus's downfall. Basically, he tried to kill himself, and Jamie, thank God, happened upon him as he's slicing his wrist. Jamie was watching him to see what he was up to, and then freaked when he saw him cut his wrist, and rightfully so, and then had to convince him, you need to come back, because he feels he's not useful. Fergus he's an adopted son, but still the son of Jamie, and Jamie said that in French at the very end. He called him my child, my son in French. And so that was really nice, because Fergus was talking about how babies like his son were treated in the brothel, and how one of his friends was a dwarf and got, after he died, they took his pieces for trinkets and stuff, and he didn't get buried or anything. He just got picked apart for science, or science. For relics. Yeah. Well, so it was, he doesn't want his son to be like that, but the point is that, as Claire told him, it's where you grow up, it's who takes care of you. So you guys can take, and Germaine, who was doing the devil test, on his own brother, he's very, who told him he had to take, Jamie said you have to take care of him. Yeah, it's really important. So yeah, it will be up to Fergus's family to make sure that this little guy is well cared for, and he can live a perfectly fine life as a short person. Doesn't have to be part of a circus or anything. He can do all sorts of duties on the farm. So, yeah, maybe Fergus can have a little more sympathy for his own son, knowing that he himself has a disability, per se. So they're kind of the same. I think in the books, Lizzie actually does marry Evan Lindsay, who Bree was trying to set them up, right? She was like, oh, Evan Lindsay, he was the guy who came and paid his money. They were like, oh, we should set Lizzie up with Evan Lindsay. In the book, that's who she marries, but I'm not sure. Lizzie's a very small character in the book. She doesn't have much storyline. And her dad is in the book as well. He's not currently at Fraser's Ridge, but he is in the book. But to me, it'd be more interesting for her to have a relationship with one of the Beardsley twins. Although they might fight over her, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it will be Evan Lindsay. She did have a crush on Ian, did she? She was following Ian around all the time, Lizzie. But I think Melva definitely was making some googly eyes at Ian, getting real close to him. Yeah. That's what I expect is going to go down. And then, of course, the Boston Tea Party thing at the very end.
Yep.
It begins.
So the revolution is about to get underway.
And Jamie has the guns for the Cherokee. They had asked for the guns. Yep. And Jamie's like, okay, he didn't at first, but he ended up asking, and his wish was granted. That's it. So, if you like our videos, please subscribe. Please leave a comment so we can talk about your comment in our introduction. And till next time, bye.